just want to address the elephant in the room. I'm cute.
Yeah.
I know that I'm cute. I know that there's a certain amount of baggage that comes along with that. We all know about pretty privilege. I would like to discuss pretty privilege as it pertains to scale, though, because like I said, I am cute. I am not hot. If I put in enough effort, I could even be pretty. But hot is not where I exist, all right? And if you're confused as to what the difference is that a hot woman can order chicken tenders and french fries at a 5-star restaurant and nobody bats an eye. Cute is when I go to the bar across the street from my apartment and I say, hey, I would really love if I could get a root beer float. And they say, sure, Courtney, we can make you a root beer float if you go to the bodega across the street and you bring us vanilla ice cream. That's not the same. That's not the same degree of cute hotness, okay? I'm actually offended by that. You want me to put in effort? That's horrible. No, cute is when I am walking towards my apartment, which is next door to a British international school, and none of the kids move out of the way as they're walking 6 across. Not because they don't like me, it's because they think that I'm a freshman. All right, that's the difference between pretty and cute. So I was at a hotel bar recently. Anybody else here not a dive bar person? That tracks. That totally tracks. All right. I was at a hotel bar recently, and I was at the London House. Are we familiar with this establishment? Yeah, exactly. I was on the 2nd floor of the London House, okay? Again, cute, not pretty. Cute, not pretty. And I was sitting next to a white man in his 40s, and another white man in his 40s, and then there was me. And the white man in his 40s sitting in the middle, he orders tomato basil soup. Again, when you're a white man in your 40s, you can do certain things like that, right? That's part of his pretty privilege. And so he orders a tomato basil soup. It comes, he eats it, cool. And then he orders a club sandwich, which comes with a side of french fries. The club sandwich comes, it's a pretty big sandwich. It's like, don't take a picture of it, it's like this big. He eats half the club sandwich. He asks for a box. He gets the box. He puts the other half of the club sandwich in the box. He signs it all to his room. He goes upstairs. Now, you'll mention in that story, I made no mention of the french fries. And that's because he did not touch the french fries. And so then I waited what I thought was an appropriate amount of time. I take one look at the french fries, and I take a look at the server, and I take another look at the french fries, and I take another look at the server, and I go, And I blink my giant doe eyes at her, and she goes, oh, because she only makes $11.50 an hour before tips, so it doesn't really matter to her what I do with the french fries. If I eat them, then she doesn't have to pick them up, right? And so I lean over and I start eating, a couple of the french fries. And I'm not overextending my welcome or anything, right? Like, I'm not asking for, could I please get, like, a little ramekin of aioli or anything crazy like that? Like, I'm minding my own business, eavesdropping on conversations, eating other people's scraps, okay? So I'm eating the french fries, and then the other white man in his 40s, he turns and looks at me. And then he looks down at the french fries. And then he looks back at me. And then he looks back down at the french fries. And then he goes, And then he leans over and starts eating some of the french fries. Ew! Oh, gross! Disgusting! That's horrible. You can't do that. No, I can do that. I am allowed to do that because when I do it, it's adorable. When I do it, I'm channeling my inner gatherer ancestors, right? Like, that's a woman's job, right? To gather, right? If a man does it, then he's being a scavenger. That's disgusting. Oh, he's acting like a raccoon in the garbage outside by the dumpster. Oh, get out, scat, and then you throw a flip-flop at him. Oh, disgusting, gross. And I know some people are like, Courtney, men and women should be allowed to do the same things, right? You're a feminist. It's 2024. Men and women should be allowed to do the same things. And yeah, for the most part, I agree with that. We're about to have our first Indian black female president. It's going to be great. But, okay. Weird to clap. Both weird to clap and weird to not clap. I'll let you decide how you feel about that. But yeah, I do think for the most part, men and women should be allowed to do the same things, but not always, right? Like, I don't know if you can tell by the fact that I'm a brunette woman who does stand-up comedy in Chicago, but I identify as bisexual. That would be a good place to clap. Thank you. Yeah, no, I understand why you might not believe that I'm bisexual. A lot of people don't, probably on account of the fact that I've never been on a date with a woman. That's the first sign. You laugh, but some of you haven't either. It's not that I don't want to go on a date with a woman. I'm just not sure how to go about it, okay? In my defense, it's a little difficult. Like if I'm a pretty girl, right, as we've established, and, like, you're a pretty girl, and we're to go on a date, who pays? She has no answer. I ask this question all the time, and no one's ever able to give me a straight answer. Perhaps it's because it's not a very straight question. That gets a clap, okay. No, and some people are like, oh, well, Courtney, the answer is obvious. Clearly the taller one pays, or or the person who has the other person out or something. But I don't think it's that easy. I think maybe the answer is the man at the end of the bar who won't stop staring at us. And won't stop stealing our French fries. Ew, dude, what the hell? No, and yeah, maybe that's not very feminist of me. Maybe that's a little heteronormative to think that like men should pay for all of the dates. But you know what? I may have not been on many dates with many women. 0, in fact. But I have been on plenty of dates with plenty of men. I know you don't believe that either, but we don't have time to get into it. But I just feel like if you're going to drug my drink, the least you could do is pay for it, sir. No? Is that too much to ask?